Hey folks, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is a massive game, and being a lore-filled, Easter egg heavy, mystery-mashed and secrets galore franchise, naturally this latest installment is packed with riveting secrets to discover and wonder about. Not too long ago, I went over 5 secrets in the game that you might have missed, and today, we're back to do 5 more. Secrets found throughout this game and any questions that they might bring. The channel is also closing in on 150,000 subscribers, and I would be so appreciative if you would consider subscribing if you enjoy the video by the end. With that said, get yourselves cozy and comfy, and as always, be sure to go and grab yourself a snack or drink, send them in to get featured right here, and let's get into some Zelda Tears of the Kingdom secrets. Let's start this video off near the start of the game. At the end of the Great Sky Island section of the opening, when Link gains access through the second set of doors within the Temple of Time and can make his way to this platform, he sends the Broken Master Sword back through time with the help of Princess Zelda and her new recall abilities. As we see the blade travel through time and eras we've explored in different adventures, it lands in Zelda's time frame, the era before Hyrule was even founded. Now, if you listen really closely, there's actually a little secret within the music that plays here. Let's listen to it again, but without me talking. We really don't need that. Did you recognise it? Well, I wouldn't blame you if you didn't, as it took me a good few listens to catch it. But what is included here is very big for the lore. There's a very subtle part of Fi's theme from Skyward Sword, which is an extremely significant detail as Fi is the spirit within the blade, and this shows us that Fi is definitely still in there despite the condition of the blade. Not only that, but we see the recognisable blue glow of Fi in this scene. It's very hard to hear, but here is a comparison of both themes. Of course, the Tears of the Kingdom version is a bit different and broken down, but the notes are there, and this is an incredibly awesome attention to detail from the music team who worked on this game, and all round, a really cool secret. After completing any of the 5 main dungeons in this game, you'll enter a very spiritual cutscene where both Link and the sage he is with will have a conversation with the corresponding ancient sage. I have mixed thoughts on these scenes as they all tell the same part of the same story, just from their very similar perspectives. Criticisms aside, as that's for another video, there is actually a very subtle but neat little secret you can spot in all of these scenes. If you look at the fog and details floating around this setting, you might have actually noticed that certain symbols appear. At first, I thought these were just some ancient Zonai symbols or something along those lines, you know, for atmospheric effect. But when I got to my 3rd or 4th scene, I noticed that the symbols changed every time. The reason for that is because with each scene the symbol actually matches that sage's symbol seen on their ability and Link's rings. I don't actually know the official name for these, but I've dubbed them the sage's seals, as they sort of form a seal-like shape and movement when the modern day sage gains their ability to aid Link. It's a subtle but very cool thing to notice, so look out for it next time you're playing through the dungeons. The Depths has many mysteries, secrets, and very intriguing locations. Being a mirror underworld to Hyrule, a lot of locations beneath the surface locations have interesting counterparts. One of my favourite because of how intriguing it is in terms of lore is Bluepee Burrow. You can find this place directly below Satori Mountain, the location in which we first met the home of Bluepees and the Lord of the Mountain in Breath of the Wild. The lore of these creatures has been expanded in Tears of the Kingdom, Bluepees now showing us the way into caves, the Lord of the Mountain highlighting nearby caves, and now this. Prior to the release of this game, we considered the top of Satori Mountain their home, and it still is, I would say. However, the existence of Bluepee Burrow brings up an interesting question. Is this where these creatures are originally from? Perhaps. There is no way to say for sure, but the cool secret to consider here is that this means there are likely holes we cannot see. Probably just for the sake of video game logic, but the Bluepees seem to have burrowed into Satori Mountain deep down into the depths. That, or their magical vanishing takes them down here. The location in itself could be considered a little secret as it's tucked away deep below, but it also raises a few very interesting questions that I'd love to go further into in a future video. This next secret does contain a final boss battle spoiler, so if you want to avoid that, skip ahead to the next secret which begins at the time on screen. I'll give you guys a few seconds to skip ahead if you need to. Alright, ready for this one? In the final boss battle between Link and Ganondorf, Daddydorf, we see a lot of very interesting moves from both of them. In my case, I cheesed the fight because of how nervous I was on stream and just started using Zonai Springs to get bullet time. I call it creative, others call it being scared to get near him. However, a little secret reference in this fight is actually one of the moves Ganondorf pulls. In Ocarina of Time, there is a move Ganondorf in that game pulls which is known as the tennis phase. He blasts this energy ball at Link and he must return Ganondorf's serve. This goes on until one of the two cracks and gets blasted by it. Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf also pulls this move, which is a cool little callback to one of his classic moves used against the hero, which you might not have seen before if you've never seen the Ocarina of Time boss fight. For the final spot on this list, I've chosen to go with something which might seem rather small and odd, but it's exactly for that reason that I've picked it. We don't size shame here. So, you know when you kill a Gloom Spawn and or Phantom Ganon, they drop dark clumps, or they can be purchased from bargainer statues. You can use them when cooking for some neat little effects or upgrading certain armor pieces, but have you ever questioned what they actually are? I mean, if this wasn't a video game, why on earth would you put something that came from these into your food? Well, a little secret which you can notice if you pay attention to these clumps before picking them up is that they actually pulsate. I cannot describe how uncomfortable this makes me, but it also intrigued me as to what this means. That's the secret off the bat. They pulse. But it opens up a question which is very intriguing as I want to know why they pulsate. Are they alive? Are these the hearts of the creatures we just slayed? I don't like this. The in-game description for them reads as follows. An unusual substance. It's cold to the touch, and it seems as though it's filled with pitch black darkness. Use it in cooking to get a gloom resistant effect. Cold to the touch, and as if it's filled with pitch black darkness, but yet it pulsates. Is there a black hole or something like that in these? Is it space? Why are they sealed this way? If we were to open one, would we be sucked up inside as well as all of Hyrule? Well, let's find out. Welcome to Fact or Cap, and today we're testing if Tears of the Kingdom's dark clumps contain black holes, which would see the end of Hyrule. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, hey folks, I'm glad I found you again. What did you think of today's secrets? For me, these just continue to fascinate me with how much this game has in it, and we're only in the early days of discoveries like this. Breath of the Wild, for example, still has little secrets being found to this day, so I don't doubt that Tears of the Kingdom also will for many years to come. Let me know your favourite one from this video, and also one that wasn't mentioned that you find interesting. Special thanks to my channel supporters for your generous and kind support in making these videos possible, with a very special mention to new supporters Heather and Mickey Lou. Thank you so very much. If you'd like to see some behind the scenes videos, posts, snippets, as well as get yourself a shout out in a video and your name at the end of my videos just like the lovely folks on screen right now, then consider becoming a channel supporter today. The links are in the description. As are my socials, where you can keep up to date with me or hop in the Discord server to chat to myself and other Zelda fans. Thanks for watching folks, I hope you all have an amazing day or night, and until the next time, I've been Hyrule Gamer.